Children, they can either energize you or completely and utterly exhaust you. Sometimes both. However, the joy found in raising your children is one of the greatest joys you're ever going to find. Playing at the park when they are young and arguing about stuff when they are teenagers are times that you're going to look back on and smile about. Children bring joy to everything. When you are a mother or a father, you tend to be grateful for what you have. You can see your future in the eyes of your children. But there are many more benefits to having kids. Let's go into a few of the benefits and a few of the non-benefits. Children lower your blood pressure. A recent study done by the Brigham Young University found that having kids can literally lower your blood pressure. They took 200 men and women and they hooked them up to blood pressure machines. It was found that those who had children had significantly lowered blood pressure. This comes contrary to the popular thinking that children will constantly stress you out, thus rising your blood pressure. Children entitle you to tax savings. Taxes. Many would argue tax season is the most stressful time of the year. However, when you have children, you are actually entitled to a $1,000 credit per child. It is estimated that it's going to cost about $200,000 to raise a child to adulthood. That being said, given the statistic that you will get about $1,000 back per child, that means that when raising a child, you will get back $18,000. This is thus lowering the $200,000 it takes to raise a child to $182,000. Children will help you get better parking. In many of the places that I personally frequent, there are designated parking spots for families. Some say for families with children under 3, while others simply just say for families, which is a nice perk. Plus, when you pick up your child and his friends from their Little League game, you get to drive in the carpool lane. Another added perk. Children literally keep you sane. Researchers at Taiwan's Mental Health Foundation found that seniors with no children scored about 6.4 points lower on the mental health questionnaire, as opposed to seniors who did have kids. The study was conducted on over 1,000 randomly selected people. Again, this is contrary to a popular belief that children drive their parents to insanity. Children keep you smart. When you have kids, you can never have a foggy-brained day. You are always going to be asked questions like, why is the sky blue? Or, why is the giraffe's tongue blue? You get to brush up on your multiplication tables when they're in school, and you get taught which toilet paper is the most resilient at each science fair. This isn't to say that you can multiply 4-digit numbers in your head faster, but you do become more aware and ready for any situation that might happen. So there it is. 5 reasons why having kids can make you happier. But what about the 5 reasons that they won't make you happier? Let's go into those too. Number 1, children are expensive. We've already touched on this a little bit. However, it costs about $200,000 to raise your child. Plus, that doesn't include the hospital bills, which can add up to $10,000. It also doesn't include other things we do for our children. Things like the vacations, the toys, and all the other extra stuff we give our children to make sure they have what we think will be a happy childhood. Add it all together, it gets pretty expensive. Kids put a strain on your relationship too. Many couples believe that having children would bring them closer. However, it's actually proven that the chances your marriage will end go up exponentially after you have your first child. However, there is also the fact that everyone has a different way to parent their child. Plus, the common ways to parent a child differ greatly between 2 people of different backgrounds. Your sleeping habits are destroyed. After you have kids, you probably won't sleep a whole night through for the next few years at least. Babies do sleep about 16 to 20 hours a day, but that is in small increments of time. They constantly need to be changed and fed, and not just while you are awake. Traveling becomes a huge hassle. When you have kids, you can no longer travel light. You need to bring so many more things. Things like car seats, diapers, wipes, baby food, toys, extra clothes, and so much more. Plus, it's expensive. Airlines charge more for young children, as do most hotels. It's hard raising a child not knowing how they're going to end up. All that hard work you've put into your child, and you have no idea what kind of a person they're going to become. All the money and all the time you've put in for a complete unknown. It's torture to not know. In fact, it's actually a reason of anxiety for many, many people. We've reviewed 5 reasons why having children is beneficial and the opposition. 5 reasons why expanding your family can be detrimental. But you make the choice. Having kids is a completely personal decision.